Hari Om. Welcome to day 2 of Family Yoga at Chinmaya Mission Mahasamadhi Camp 2021. I'm Amita Jain, your yoga instructor. And in today's class, we will learn how to use yoga to help us develop a pure mind. With all the bombardments of text, messages, ads, emails, pop-ups, everything that we receive today, how are we able to keep a clear and alert mind? With our tasks, to-do lists, assignments, classes, meetings, etc., etc. How do we keep our mind fully and totally in the present? What does it mean to have a pure mind? And how do we obtain it? And more importantly, how do we maintain it? Swami Chinmayananda said once, to forget oneself totally, one's mind should keep awake at every moment. A mind that has forgotten the past and the future, that is awake to the now, to the present, expresses the highest concentration of intelligence. It is alert, it is watchful, it is inspired. The actions of a man who has such a mind are exceptionally creative and perfect. Verily, to forget oneself totally is to be in perfection. We all need to have time in our day where we can silence this tumultuous mind that is constantly moving about like a wild monkey, jumping from this thought to that, most of which are completely useless and unnecessary. But these thoughts that constantly rage through the mind, they deplete us of our vital energy. In yoga, we know this as prana. But who devotes this kind of time to silencing the mind? And how do we silence the mind? Well, when we try to sit or we think of sitting quietly, we feel, that's unproductive. We feel useless because we have a constant need to produce, to achieve, and to strive. Well, if that's what we're doing all day long, that's what our minds also get in the habit of doing. So we can't even bear the thought of sitting for a few moments in silence. But where does this really lead us? It only leads us to greater anxieties and more attachments. So today's class, we will focus on obtaining a pure mind through various different asanas and maintaining that with pranayama. So grab your mat and your family members and let's get started. Okay, before we start our class today, I would like to introduce the students in my studio here with me. We have our model, Anita, behind Ramdas, Dinesh, and our child model in the back there, Henna. Henna, can you wave? There you go, Henna. And we have Rama, Meena, and Shankar. Let's join the palms together. Bring your feet together at the center of your mat. Close the eyes and feel the heels pressing into the ground as you straighten the legs, elongate your spine, roll your shoulders back and down, open up the chest and the rib cage, align the back of the head with the spine. Now take a deep breath in and feel energy flowing down through the back of the legs, into the heels, into the ground, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in and feel your body and mind becoming energized with the breath. Exhale and let go. Let go of all thoughts from the day. Let go of to-do lists. Let go of worries and anxieties. Bring yourself to this moment. Let's start with our Om chants. Inhale. Now bring the chin down and clasp the fingers, lowering the arms in front of the legs. Open the eyes and gaze into the emptiness of the palms. And now inhale and raise the arms slowly upwards, taking the head back, pushing the palms up towards the ceiling. Reach up. Feel the spine lengthen. Stretch through the arms. And now exhale, take the arms to the sides and bring them slowly back down, clasping the fingers, chin down, gaze into the palms. Inhale, breathing in, slowly reaching up. Turn the palms outward, press up towards the sky, reach, exhale, arms out to the sides. Chin down, gazing into the palms. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reaching up. And now exhale, bend to the right. Gently, slightly. Keep the arms straight. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bending to the left. Inhale. Exhale, bending. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come down. And clasp the hands now behind you. Push your palms towards the floor. Take your shoulders back on the inhale. Drop your head back behind you. Gently with the eyes gazing up and back. Exhale, straighten the spine. Chin down. Inhale again. Shoulders back, hips forward, head drops. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bending back. Exhale, straighten. And now bend the knees. Keep the hands clasped behind you. Take a breath in, and now I want you to exhale as you take the chest towards your thighs and nose towards your knees, and trying to push the clasped fingers forward towards the wall in front. Now inhale, raise the head up, chest up, keep a bend in the knees, keep the shoulders back, and exhale, bend, chest to thighs, resting them firmly, push your hands forward. Inhale, lift head and chest, exhale, bend forward, inhale, up, exhale, down. Now from here, drop your hands to the floor. With bent knees, place the palms flat on the ground in front of you, and you're going to feel a nice, long, deep stretch all through the spine. Now straighten the knees and let the body just hang loosely forward. Stretch out the back of the legs, again through the spine and neck. Now bend your elbows and grab the elbows with opposite hands and pull the arms gently towards the floor. Slightly deeper bend forward. Now nod your head up and down. Shake out any tension in the back of the neck and side to side gently. And rotate your upper body all the way to the right and then to the left. To the right and left. Let's do this a few times. Warming up and opening up the body, getting the muscles ready for our practice today. Back to center, drop your fingers towards the floor with a slight bend in the knees. Take the arms out to the sides. Inhale. Come up to standing. Join the palms. Reach the arms up. Straighten the elbows. Exhale. Now take the palms behind you. Rest the fingers on the spine. Inhale. Push the head into your arms. Open up all underneath the shoulders. And exhale. Palms back to the heart center. Very nice, everyone. Yesterday we went over and learned our loosening exercises. Let's go quickly through them again today. Feet apart, arms up. Follow along with Anita. Exhale, bend forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale, up and back. Try not to bend the knees. Keep the arms straight. And this is just gentle flexion of the spine. Do not overextend yourself. So early on in class, just warming up here. 2 more. Excellent. Arms up. And take the arms out to the side, even to the shoulders. Step the feet wider apart. Check the positioning of your feet. Toes are slightly pointed inwards. Let's begin bending to the right and bending to the left. And right, left. Inhale, exhale, or just breathe normally. Feel the stretch through the sides of the torso, the inner thighs, outer edges of the feet. Turn the head to look up at the palm. Excellent, class. Last 2. Arms to the sides. Drop the chest forward. Have a flat back. Look ahead if you can. Plant the feet firmly into the ground. Great. Now take the right hand to the left foot. Twist. Look up at the palm behind you and switch sides. Nicely done, Ramdas. Nice job, Henna. Last 2. And inhale back to the center point. Inhale all the way up. Step the feet in one by one. Hands come down, resting along the sides. Now place your feet about shoulder width apart. One hand at the chest, extend the other arm, and begin spinal twisting, rotating, and looking back at the hand behind you as you twist. Starting off slowly, try to increase the pace now. Very nice, Meena and Rama, very good. And now slowing down. Let's come onto our mats and practice cat-cow warm-up as we learned yesterday. Beginning with the flat back, remember, wrists beneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Begin, inhale, breathing in, take the head back, drop the belly down, arch the spine. Exhale, chin comes to the chest, top of the head points down, round out the spine as much as you can. Pull the navel in, inhale. Exhale. Try to get now complete flexion of the spine in this slow and gentle manner. Inhale and continue. Let's do 10 repetitions. Well done, everyone. Last one. And on the exhale, come sitting in Vajrasan. If you have a cushion near you, you can grab it and place it in between your feet if you'd like. Place the hands on the thighs. Make sure the shoulders are back and the chest is open. And let's take a few slow, deep breaths, observing the changes within us. The focus of our class today is pure mind. The mind is greatly influenced by our nervous system, the state, the health, the balance of our nervous system. So in order to take control of the mind and to purify it, we must make sure that our nervous system activity is also balanced and calm. And we do this through certain asanas. Just imagine if your nerves are agitated. You say to others who are annoying you, you say, "Don't get on my nerves." There's actually truth behind this. The nerves get agitated or they become hyperactive from too much thinking, too much strategizing or multitasking or having the mind racing. This causes a hyper and overactive nervous system. So imagine which direction your thoughts will go in. What will happen to the mind if the nervous activity is in a state of irritation and agitation? Naturally, the thoughts of the mind will follow. And not only that, we experience anxiety and fatigue, exhaustion. So to counter these, there are specific Hatha Yoga poses that move the spine forward and backward. And in these postures, there is a space between the vertebral discs in our spine. And in this space is where we have millions and millions of nerve cells. And when we hold these poses and that space becomes open, there is a tremendous amount of blood flow and prana that enters into these regions. And you can feel the effects in nervous activity after just one session. I want you to pay attention to that today as we do our asana practice. How do you feel after class from doing these forward bends and backward bends that I'm going to teach you? And how can you incorporate them into your daily practice, especially at times when you're feeling particularly agitated or nervous? Let's come to standing. We learned Surya Namaskar yesterday. Let's do a couple of rounds of that just to make sure we're fully warmed up before we start our asanas. Come to the front of your mat. You can follow our model here, Anita, as she demonstrates. Anita is a long-time yoga student of mine and recently got certification herself for a teacher, so she will always demonstrates her poses very nicely. So follow along. Ekam, Dve, reach the arms up. Trini, forward bend. Chatvari, step the right foot back, right knee comes down, head back, look up with the eyes. Pancha, plank position. Chatta, knees, chest, and chin go to the floor. Hips are elevated up in the air, compressing the back of the neck, arching the spine. Next, flatten the body and lift the head and chest. Sapta. Ashta. Push into the ground and lift the hips up. Stretch all through the back of the legs. Push the heels down towards the floor. Feel the palms pressing into the ground. Nava. Take the right foot and step it forward all the way between both hands. Dasha. Left foot comes forward. Back into our forward bend. Now Ekadasha, reach the arms forward and up. Dwadasha. Let's do the other side. Ekam, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, Pancha, Chatta, Sapta, Ashta, Nava, Dasha, Ekadasha, Dvadasha. Hands by the sides, Tadasana. Close the eyes and observe all the sensations in the body now. If you missed our class yesterday, please do watch the video available on the Chinmaya Washington Regional Center's website, where we explain the benefits and how to perform Surya Namaskar. Observe the body from feet to head. What sensations do you feel and where? In just 2 rounds of this flow of exercises, you'll feel an increase in heart rate and body temperature, perspiration, blood flow to the extremities. Let's come sitting on our mats, back in Vajrasan. Take the knees apart to the edges of the mat. Hands in front of you on the ground, walk the hands forward in front of you and lower the chest towards the ground. Drop the head to the floor if you can. If you attended class yesterday and you remember Ujjayi breathing, take 3 Ujjayi breaths now. Otherwise, practice slow, deep breathing as you hold the pose. Our model here is able to remain seated on the heels, and that's what we're aiming for. But if you can't, and you've lifted the hips up, that's perfectly fine. We're trying to get the spine to extend itself. Arms are straight and in front. No tension in the head or neck should be there. And now walk the hands slowly back towards the body. As you raise the head and chest, bring the knees back together, hands on the thighs. Take 3 breaths here. Keep your breathing slow and smooth all throughout class if you can. This requires a tremendous amount of your awareness. Do not let go of being constantly aware and in the moment. Take the hands behind you, clasp your fingers, press the hands towards the floor. As you lean the shoulders back, drop the head behind you. Arch the spine. So try to keep the shoulders above the waist. Look back behind. And push the upper back in towards the shoulders as you push the shoulders backwards. Gentle back bend. Only as far back as you can continue to breathe using the entirety of the lungs. Release the hands, place them back on the thighs. Now walk the hands forward and we're going to come prone on our mat into resting asana called Makarasana. So here Anita is going to demonstrate how we rest in between our back bend poses. Feet are wider apart, toes pointed to the side. That's very important. See the difference when you straighten your feet versus when you point the toes to the side. What happens is you're going to end up releasing this tension here. And the lower back and upper back is what we're working on now in the next few poses. So in between, it's important to fully relax and release any stiffness or tension in these areas. In the front, we have our hands and arms clasped with forehead resting on the arm. Now let's prepare for our first back bend, Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. So bring the feet together and place the hands beneath the shoulders with forehead on the mat. Elbows remain in close to the body. Inhale and raise the head and chest just slightly off the ground. Feel the upper muscles of the back working to lift the shoulders up. Now exhale and lower the chin to the ground. Lower the chin and then the forehead. Stay right here. Take a breath. Again, inhale, raise the head, raise the chest just a little bit more. Excellent, class. Now from here, lift your hands up off the mat. Float. Feel the abdomen pressing into the ground. Keep the chest lifted. Let's take 3 breaths. Excellent, class. Now place the hands on the floor. Exhaling, bring the chin down and then the forehead. Stay right here. Inhale, raise the head, raise the chest. On the exhalation, push down using the hands, push into the floor and raise the head and chest higher up. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. We're going to hold the pose for 15 seconds. Keep the elbows close into the body. Keep the head back, eyes gazing upward. Hold. Beautiful, Shankar. Nicely done, Meena. Good, Rama. Let's lower the pelvis to the ground slightly. Nice, Ramdas. Looking strong, Dinesh and Henna. Now we're going to come out of the pose to a count of 8. Exhaling. 7, 6, slowly lowering the chin. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin touches the ground. Now bring the forehead to the mat. Bring the forehead to the mat. And then Makarasana. Makarasana. Point the toes out to the sides, feet apart. Forehead resting on the arms. As you rest, resume deep, slow breathing and observe the changes, especially through the spine, all the way up to the base of the skull. Use the breath to relax the muscles in between our poses. Our next back bend will be Arda Shalabhasana. Bring the feet together and make a fist with your hands. Place them underneath your thighs. Chin on the ground. Make the body long. The chin is going to remain on the ground, and on the exhale, we're going to raise the left leg. Take a breath, and when you're ready, inhale and raise the left leg. If you're able to observe our model, she's keeping the pelvis aligned. She hasn't tilted the hips upward, so we don't want to do that. Her leg that is lifted, the left leg, the knee is straight. So height is not of importance here. We're trying to keep the body long and straight. Now, to keep this leg lifted, engage the muscles of the lower back. Engage them. Make them strong. And lift the leg higher up. And let's hold for 10 more seconds. Excellent, Dinesh and Ramdas. And let's lower to 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay right here. Take a breath. Ready for the other side, everyone? Hands beneath the thighs. When you're ready, inhale, raising the right leg. Keeping it straight. You can push into the ground with your hands and get a bit more lift. Remember to engage the lower back muscles. And let's hold. Breathe and hold the pose. Good, Rama. Excellent, Meena and Shankar. And let's lower for 4, 3, 2, 1. Makarasana. Deep, slow breaths. Relax the lower back and the legs. Let's get ready now for the next pose, Dhanurasan, but we're going to start with the beginner variation. Bring the legs together and come up onto your forearms. Forearms in front of you, elbows underneath the shoulders, look straight ahead. Now, with your right hand, see if you can grab your right ankle. Push the foot into your hand. Push the foot into your hand. So the foot is pushing towards the wall behind you, lifting up your right shoulder. Hold. And release. Stay here in Sphinx pose. And now the other side. So if you're not able to grab hold of your ankle, you can use a yoga strap. You can purchase these straps online or at any sports store, and your strap would be wrapped around the ankle on one end, and the other end you would be holding. And that is going to help you to improve some of the flexibility in your quadriceps, in the knees, and help you to reach your ankle with a little bit of practice. Again, push the foot towards the wall behind you and resist it with your hand as you lift the shoulder, left shoulder up and back, head back, eyes up. And release. Stay in Sphinx pose on your forearms. Now, if you'd like to try a more intermediate level pose, let's try full Dhanurasan. Go ahead and grab both ankles. So you'll be resting on your belly. But first, we'll start by keeping the knees down on the mat and the chin down. Keep the chin down. To begin, on the inhalation, raise your head and raise your chest. On the exhalation, push up and back with your feet and raise your knees. Exhale, push your feet up towards the ceiling and back towards the wall behind you. The knees will automatically lift. You will be balancing on the abdomen. If you feel the lower abdomen pressing into the ground, try to shift your body a little bit forward. In Dhanurasan, we're trying to balance more on the upper abdomen. Difficult pose to hold. We're going to hold in our class about 15 seconds. You at home, practice for 5 seconds. Come out and come back in. Dhanurasan, though, is an excellent pose to learn because one of the major illnesses that it treats is diabetes, with its gentle pressure on the pancreas. Helps to balance the release of insulin. And let's lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chin comes down, knees are down, and release. Makarasana. Breathe deep and observe all the changes. It seems like Dhanurasan is just an exercise for the spine, but actually it invigorates and nourishes every part of the body. All the abdominal organs get a wonderful massage, become purified and cleansed when holding this pose. Bring the feet together, hands under the shoulders, push your hips up and back. And we're going to do a modified child's pose. So bring your hips back towards your feet and come back down onto your forearms. Lower the hips down to your feet. Come onto your forearms. Yeah, there you go. So you can observe our model, how she's demonstrating this modified child's pose. Now, after we've done a series of back bends, we don't want to abruptly go into a forward bend because that can be too taxing on the spine. So we start with a gentle posture like this, and you will feel your spinal discs kind of adjusting and coming back to a neutral position. Once that happens, then you can lower the head to the ground and increase the forward bend stretch. Your arms can be out in front, or you can have them down alongside the body. Beautiful, class. Now walk the hands back towards you and raise your head and chest back into Vajrasan. Hands on the thighs. Let's take 3 breaths here. feeling the amazing sensations moving through us. Now extend both legs out in front of you. And you're going to bend the knees and grab hold of your big toes with the first two fingers. So the first two fingers will be in between the first two toes. And extend your feet as much as you can, such that you're still able to hold on to your toes. Extend to front. Good. Now, we're not quite straightening the legs just yet. So even if you can, have a slight bend in the knees. And I want you to lift your shoulders up. Try to straighten the spine. And lower your chest slightly towards the thighs. Keep holding on to the toes. Again, getting the spine ready for a deeper forward bend into Paschimottanasana. Now, inch by inch, extend each foot away from you. Slowly, slowly start to push each foot away from you. At some point, you can release the big toes if you need to and hold on to the shins or the ankles or the calves. Or, as some of our models here are demonstrating, Rama and Ramdas, Dinesh, they're able to grab onto their toes with the legs straight, and Shankar as well. You have some options here. You hold on to the shins or the ankles as Anita is demonstrating, or again, you can use a yoga strap. We're going to hold the pose here now. The back of your knees should be pushing towards the floor. Your chest coming forward, trying to get it to touch the thighs. Your heels pushing away from you, toes pointing towards you. Create length in the spine. Try not to round out your back. And let's hold the pose, breathing slowly and deeply. We talked about bringing balance to nervous system activity. And this is where so much of that happens, holding Paschimottanasana. You must not be fidgety, moving or shifting. Try to find stillness and comfort. Beautiful, everyone. Now, release the toes and reach towards the wall in front of you. Use your abdominal muscles to reach. Nicely done, Meena. Now inhale, raise the arms up slowly. And reach up towards the sky. Imagine that somebody is pulling you upwards. Lengthen the spine. And exhale. Take the hands to the sides and slightly behind you. Lean back and open up the whole front of the body. Allowing a tremendous amount of blood flow and pranic energy to flow into the abdomen, chest, and all the internal organs here. Observe the changes. Bring your feet together now for Bada Konasana. You can face the camera, Anita. So feet pressed together, knees are out to the side. Rest your elbows on your thighs, hands on your feet, and try to push down the thighs with your elbows. Lean the chest slightly forward. You can bounce the knees up and down. So what we're doing now, releasing stiffness, tension in the hips, that also helps to open up our lower back muscles and give them some relaxation. And now go ahead into your comfortable sitting posture, and we will prepare for pranayama practice. So asana is the first step in purifying the mind. But there is a very important second step to take, and that is a pranayama practice, and specifically the breathing technique I'm going to teach you today. This is called Narishodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. We have three main nadis, which are known as Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna nadis. And what happens during the day is that these nadis that are connected to our nostrils here, they get out of balance through our activities and our workday, different tasks we're doing. The flow of air through these nostrils changes. And each of these nadis controls an aspect of our nervous system. Okay, so the left nostril, it controls our parasympathetic nervous system. The right nostril is linked to our sympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system that comes into play when there is a stressful situation, commonly known as the fight or flight state. The problem we have is that in our society today, most of us have our right nostrils open, left nostrils blocked, meaning that it's our sympathetic nervous activity that is too high. We are constantly in a state of stress. So we do Narishodhana to balance the flow of air through both these nadis, and therefore to bring in equilibrium to our whole central nervous system. And as I had mentioned earlier, it is this balance in the nervous activity that helps to purify the mind and give us positive and beautiful thought process. Thinking positive, that positive thinking comes from a calm and clear state of mind. So come into any comfortable sitting posture. And let's begin with hands on our knees. And straighten the spine, roll the shoulders up and back, and then gently close the eyes. Feel space in the abdomen, feel space in the chest. Feel the rib cage move as you breathe in and out. Observe your breathing and every aspect of the breath. How are you breathing at this moment? Is it shallow? Is it quick, short, silent, choppy? Or is it slow, smooth, deep, calm? Simply by observing your breath, you will notice that it lengthens, becomes slower and deeper. Allow this change to happen. Fill the lungs with air as you breathe in. And breathe out as completely as you can. Engaging the whole breathing apparatus, feeling the diaphragm push up against the lung cavity. Pull your navel in, contract the abdominal muscles. Now that the breathing is slower and smoother, let us begin Narishodhana, also known as Anulom Vilom or alternate nostril breathing. So with our right hand, we are going to use only the thumb and the ring fingers. And we only use the right hand, even if you're left-handed. Sitting up nice and tall, breathe in through both nostrils. Close the right nostril with the thumb and exhale on the left side. Inhale left side. Close the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhale right. Inhale on the right side. Close the right nostril with the thumb. Exhale. Inhale on the left side. Close the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, and now continue at your own comfortable breathing pace. You will notice that one nostril is more open than the other. Let it be. This will soon normalize. Now continuing, I want you to focus on the exhalation. Try to make it as slow and silent as you can. Now mentally count the length of your exhalation. And make your inhalation half as long. And then for the next few breaths, continue to breathe in that 1-to-2 ratio. If you're not sure, you can breathe in for 4 and out for 8, or adjust to suit. Keep the muscles of the face relaxed. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Now see if you can make the exhalation even longer. Maybe breathe out for 10 and in for 5. Now, while you're exhaling, simultaneously feel all the muscles deeply relaxing. Let go. Relax. You'll find that by relaxing, you're able to take in more air and even breathe at a slower pace. Finish your next round of breathing by inhaling on the right side, then resting the hand on the knee. Keeping the eyes closed, resume your normal breathing and observe amazing changes within your pattern of breathing. Changes in the mind. Observe the quietness in the mind. Having rested and relaxed nervous activity, visualize the mind being purified and cleansed in the way that we empty a cluttered room. Feel the mind becoming emptied and open. Now visualize and feel within yourself a sense of deep bliss and calm from having cleared away the clutter of the mind. Feel yourself in a state of deep bliss and calm. Join the hands at the heart center. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you all for joining our family yoga today. One thing I'd like you to do is for the rest of the day and going into tomorrow, observe the changes of how you respond, how you react, how you speak, how you talk as a result of doing our practice today. I'm sure you'll see wonderful results and amazing benefits, and these will last as long as you continue. Hari Om. See you tomorrow.